Humble beginnings would describe how Art Barter lived his early years. Growing up in a middle-class family with three sisters in Tustin, California, provided him with an early understanding of the word humility. The need to give back to the community was something instilled in him at a very young age. His father seemed to always be assisting friends and was active with church, scouting, and Rotary. Shortly after beginning his education at Saddleback Community College, Art got a job at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. For 8 years, he worked his way through college, earning 2 bachelor degrees from Cal State Fullerton in business and finance. Art started his career in finance, developing a strong interest in manufacturing. While working for several companies over the next 25 years, Art eventually met his wife, Lori. In 2004, after working just 5 years as vice president of finance with Datron, the Barters were given an incredible opportunity to purchase the company.
Wow, when Art came home and told me he wanted to purchase this, I was very nervous. We had just bought our first house, and he wanted to borrow against our home to do this. So I was a little scared, but we'd been together for 15 years at that point, and as far as business decisions, he's never made one wrong that I've seen. So I said, okay, if you think this will work, let's go. And we did.
With little money and a big vision, Art and Lori Barter became owners of Datron, a $10 million military communications business. Shortly after acquiring the company, however, something seemed to be missing. The previous power model of leadership had created an inefficient workplace. With the assistance of Ken Blanchard, Art was introduced to servant leadership. Servant leadership is a lifelong journey that includes discovery of oneself, a desire to serve others, and a commitment to lead.
Before servant leadership, the environment at Datron was drastically different. If I had to sum it up in one word, I would probably say chaotic. The culture today at Datron is a family environment. And what we've tried to do with employees is instill in them the knowledge that what they do is important, no matter what they may be doing, whether they're working on the production line, whether they're doing accounting, whether they're making very high-level decisions, that all of those roles are important and that they're important as people.
We wanted people to enjoy when they went to work, be happy with their work. People that are happy do a better job.
Since the integration of servant leadership, Datron World Communications has grown to a $200 million business. The growth has been organically generated, internally funded without debt, and has set records for revenue, profits, and cash flow. The story of Datron's success using the servant leadership model has inspired countless other organizations to change how they do business.
Art Barter is individually a great leader and a fine businessman, but more importantly, he has a generous soul that waited his whole life for the opportunity to both be generous in a bigger way and a servant leader by example and by his leadership to recruit and get others involved in servant leadership.
In 2004, Art and Lori created the Datron Charitable Fund. 10% of the company's operational profits are set aside for the charities chosen by their employees. More than $12 million has been dispersed in the last 10 years.
Our constituents are homeless families, and so when you think about folks that have lost everything, these are families that are destitute and literally have lost it all. Without their investments, we're talking about hundreds of children in families who potentially are still stuck in the churn of homelessness, still stuck in cars, still stuck in motels, just trying to survive. You're talking about so many lives that have been rebuilt as a result of their investments.
In 2008, Art founded the Servant Leadership Institute with a mission of developing servant leaders that transform organizations. Not only has Art been recognized by his peers for his leadership, he and the company have also been honored with several awards. Art was named the most admired CEO by the San Diego Business Journal in 2008. Datron was awarded the Overall Business Performance Leadership Award by Ventana Research in 2009, and in 2012, Datron was chosen as Large Business of the Year by the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce.
If more companies decided to follow the route of servant leadership, we would have a really, really different country and a really different world. So it's changed my life, and I think it's changed a lot of other people's lives as well.
What I love about Art is he cares about going deeper. It's leadership really in its truest form, which is how can I go deeper? How can I connect with others in a meaningful and purposeful way to make a true impact in the lives of the people here in North San Diego County?
What I admire and respect most about him is his integrity and his commitment to others. He believes in people, and he really wants to make a difference in the world and in the community.
My husband is probably the most generous person I've ever met. He would give anybody anything and never expect it back.
Tonight, we recognize Art Barter as the recipient of the 2013 Palomar College Comet Award for his outstanding leadership in our region as a businessman, philanthropist, and visionary.